I'm not even trying to be insulting, and I don't want to be like the hype in any direction because I'm pretty good at getting carried away on those sorts of things. Is all I'm saying is that we have the resources mentally to do this shit ourselves. You don't need AI to run you through. What you need is to learn the persistence and the concentration skills to look at a set of instructions and follow them through to completion and learn the underlying concepts to push through those barriers where you sort of feel that sort of prickly feeling inside yourself of the overwhelm of trying to learn too much at once. Um, or when you're trying to, for me, it's often when I'm trying to say too much at once, I'm trying to express too much at once. And it can cause you to just sort of sign out and log out. You just sort of step out of the driver's seat of your conscience and you let autopilot take over. And often autopilot these days, for a lot of us, will just result in us picking up our phones. I saw a phenomenal reel yesterday. Funnily enough, the irony is not lost on me, but I was while I was doom scrolling, I saw a phenomenal reel about how to reset your dopamine. And this guy had set himself this morning challenge. Oh my gosh! But he set himself this task. In the morning, he would wake up and he would just stare at a wall for 15 minutes. No phone, nothing going on. Just had like a sun lamp on or something, and then he would just stare at a wall for 15 minutes. And the purpose of this exercise was to reset his dopaminergic responses, to reset his baseline dopamine level so that things would actually be exciting after that point. And I got bored watching this video. It was like a time lapse. It was 1 minute of his 15-minute thing just compressed while he was explaining it in the voiceover. And I actually, this morning when I woke up, before I picked up my phone, I just sat and looked at the wall, not completely blank, unfortunately. I haven't set myself up a nice blank wall to blank wall max with yet. To wall max with. But I was just doing some lower tier, some beginner tier wall maxing this morning by just looking at the wall for a minute. I just stop when you wake up instead of grabbing the phone or whatever, and just be alive. And it was so good. I only got a minute before I had to go do something, but I think I might try for 2 minutes tomorrow, and see if I could reclaim some of what I'd lost in this process. I just think we have so much better to do with our lives, and I believe in us as a generation. I think our biggest problem really seems to be that we just lack concentration. We just lack the ability to concentrate on learning things, and that is the essential skill. The essential skill is the ability to learn, and if we give that up, if we sacrifice that to the machines for the convenience of AI generated videos and images or something, then it's only going to wound us. And think about how convenience has done damage to us in all these other areas of our lives where fast food and even things like, I'm not trying to be too much of a Luddite here, but even things like, I want to mention something like cars, but for me, for instance, to give a more nuanced example, I've just noticed that my life is of a higher quality in this sort of cyclical way, that I'm less stressed when I find myself parking further away from the grocery store. Park further away and I walk And it's this two-sided thing, because if I'm less stressed, I'll do that. But also, if I do that, I'll be less stressed. If I go for a walk, I'll be less stressed. But because I'm so stressed and I've got so much to do, I won't go for a walk because I've got to taka on the computer. Just fucking gotta fucking. Ah, my gosh, what's gonna happen if I don't fucking? Ah. Oh, but it's like I say, the whole quality of life thing. Your experience of life is still finite. You can only experience so much. The human mind can only comprehend so much information. We haven't benefited from, well, we have benefited, but we've paid a price for things like YouTube, and the freedom of information that we have in this modern era has also made us, all of us, quite susceptible to manipulation and to rabbit holes and redoctrination, and to also, at the very least, just having your day to day, like your time, hijacked by the machine, by the amount of time that you spend looking at your phone, the old Black Mirror. And so, even though we have these tools, they're so great, they're so awesome, we still haven't mastered the use of them for our benefit. They still, for the most part, pose a threat to our mental health and to our actual personal development. And so, maybe we should get back to writing stories and answering questions ourselves. Maybe we could get back to just learning things, just looking for the information, and to keep it short and to keep it tethered to something. I guess the challenge that I set myself was that I would stop asking questions to Google. So instead, when I want to search for something on Google, I would use what we used to call Google Foo back in the day, which was a skill that we all acquired, which you needed only 5-10 years ago, to be able to find what you needed on the internet. Because just before Google became an ad service more than a search engine, it was this brilliant tool where if you could master the input of your search term, and the way that you structured your research and your process, you could learn anything you wanted. But also, as you did it, you'd experience this enhancing of your comprehension and your cognitive abilities in general. And so you would learn, but you'd also learn how to learn. And now we just simplify everything. And so don't ask Google questions is sort of my challenge to myself of, if I want to find something out, then maybe I should use my own mind to figure out what's the what's the search term, instead of what's the prompt, what's the question, because that's actually part of the thing, is that in order for us to correctly use computers as a tool, we cannot anthropomorphize them. We cannot turn these things into people and pretend that they're people. We need to continue to use them as a tool. When I go to use a tool in the garage, I don't go to my socket set and start asking it questions about which socket I should pick up to use to fix a part of my car. What I do is I pick up about 3 sockets that I think are approximately the size of the nut that I want to undo, or the bolt that I want to undo. And then I go to it and then I test them each. And then I realize, oh, okay, so in this instance, actually the smallest one that I grabbed was the correct size. So I can sort of tune my ichrometer in that way. That was this sensation that we used to have about learning in general, that it was about you exploring the wild of information. And the wild west of the internet was this wonderful place you could go to in, the early 2000s, where the internet was this crazy place, and it was this tool. It was located in a physical address. The computer was a place in the house. There was like a computer room or whatever. The internet wasn't something you necessarily had in your pocket. And so you had to just live life and use your brain. And we did. Our lives were better then. And I know I'm nostalgic, and I'm perfectly happy to be accused of being, rose tinted about the past. That I understand that, I get that, but that I'm not the only one. I think a lot of us really feel this deep sort of grief for what we thought was the world we were going to be growing up into, and now the world that we're in now, and this loss of the ideal that we thought we were headed towards. So without getting too abstract, if we really were going to benefit from this technology, even if it were just to the extent that we sort of benefited from, if it wasn't an evolution of kind, but of levels. If it was an evolution of, instead of going from nothing to steam engines, we went from steam engines to internal combustion. If it was just a development, a sharpening of the technology, which was the internet, then if that was the case, then we should have seen some significant gains. And we've got there's probably the best thing I've seen that we've done with AI has been enhancing old concert videos. Like you can now watch some of these Michael Jackson concerts in really high def, and some of the rescaling is really good. But at the AI denoising, that's what I'm doing here. AI denoising for audio. It's good for those sorts of things. Like if you do need a security camera and you want to make sure that it tells you, well, I've got a situation where I've got like wild cats in my backyard. I'd love to set up a security camera which could use AI to actually tell me how many cats there really are and sort of figure out what the patterns are of the ones that are here regularly so I can try and make a plan to catch them and get them desexed at the SPCA. Like that would be cool. I could probably do that myself. But then I would still need to know the skills to code. I would still need to know the skills to implement that, which camera to buy, how to hook it up, which services to run, how I can set it up on a computer at my house or on a Raspberry Pi or something as a server so that it's always sending the data through, or so that there's some economical, some low power device which can serve this thing up all the time. That would be great. I would still need to know what the fuck I'm doing. I can't just sit here and vibe code that. What people are vibe coding is effectively more advanced LLMs, or like not even more advanced, just more specified LLMs or relocalized LLMs. So someone's mad AI app is just basically a business card with a chatbot, and the chatbot is just running GPT 4.0. The chatbot's just running a commonly available API anyway. So what's the point? If everything's just going to go back to it's just a language model that's sometimes really stupid. In fact, most of the times it's really stupid. It can only do basic stuff well. If this is the absolute extent of AI, and this is as advanced as it can get, then we've got to consider that we've wasted enough energy on this as it is. If it's not, and there's actually this background technology, there's this sort of secret society that has the real AI behind the scenes, or if this is just a toy that we've been given to distract us from what's really going on, then that's actually a bigger concern. Like, if it is just not as good as we thought it was going to be, and we're simply just, we're getting to a point now where we're investing too much into these data centers, too much into this infrastructure with no real returns, no improvement for humanity, and certainly no actual financial gain, no benefit, not even in the bare capitalist sense. But if it's actually just a distraction tool, and if the damage that it's doing to people is actually intentional, and if is it Occam's razor, I think, which is like the purpose of the thing is its result. So if someone does something and they say, oh, we're going to heal the world, but they end up killing a bunch of people, we're going to create a utopia, but we're going to end up killing a bunch of people, then it is better for your processing, for your future decision making, for your discernment, to assume that the goal was always the result. So that when they said, oh, we're going to improve the world, we're going to save the world, we're going to create a utopia, that was actually a lie, and that the intention was to do what happened. And so if you look at something like the Communist Revolution, they say we're going to create a utopia, and if tens of millions of people die, you've got to sort of look at it and be like, how hard were you trying to create a utopia? Or were you actually trying to starve people to death? And it's the same question here on a knowledge scale, on the in the domain of knowledge, how hard are the people that work in the upper echelons of science and technology trying to benefit humanity with this development? Or is it being used to intentionally starve us to death? Starve us of our intellect, starve us of our ability to learn, starve us of contact with one another and with other real intellect as well, because it's like the more time you spend on this machine and the more that it's this endless regress. Basically, you're just eating your own vomit in terms of what the machine provides to you, because if it's learning from humanity up until this point, it has no connection to God, it has no connection to purpose, it has no connection to source. That's what we're for. So if we're going to use this technology to benefit us, then we should be using it to benefit us, not to just send ourselves down the drain to hell in a handbasket for the sake of penguin videos. This would be nice, getting some AI voice denoising going. I don't think I've got it working yet. No, doesn't look like it. But yeah, this is a tool. You know, there are tools to be had out of this. It's just we're just not using it that way at the moment. Right now, we've got the worst economic conditions that have ever been sustained, ever, by human. Like, since the invention of economy, we haven't had a situation where upward mobility was as limited as it is, where it's as restricted as it is now for us as a generation, for people between, say, let's say people who are finishing school now and people who finished school 15 years ago, people like myself. You know, for us that are in our 30s and whatever, if you were really smart, if you actually knuckled down, if you didn't get distracted by the slop, if you actually did what your good, smart parents told you to do when you were my age as a kid. You know, in 2005, I was going to a Christian school, and I was surrounded by all this good, strong character and these positive influences. And in 2008, there was this financial crisis, and there was all this shit going on. And the world was sort of descending into chaos, but there was still this idea that if you just pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, if you just didn't eat too much avocado toast once you left school, that you'd be fine. And I was one of the kids who thought I was way too cool to become an adult, and that life would just be this endless party. It would be a great time, and I would do a bunch of drugs, and I would have a bunch of fast cars, and I would go drive them real fast, and I would smoke a bunch of weed initially, and then a bunch of meth, and I became a fucking crackhead, and I got lost on the source. And I went here and there and everywhere, and I engaged in every kind of subculture you can imagine, and I tried it all, and the real bohemian experience. I just, you know what they say, because you've got to try everything once. Apparently, you have to. And I wasted like 10 years of my life. All the kids who left school and were like, instead of learning the hard way, I'll just make good decisions and see if they produce positive results. And they did. And those kids that I thought were really like lame in 2012 and 2015, they all got married and started families, and they've all got homes now. And the rest of us are wondering what the fuck happened to the world, because those people have succeeded because they've assimilated into the boomer world frame, which was presented by our parents, which at least would have provided us with some economic security. At least it would have done that, and it's done that for my friends who knuckled down. For the rest of us who spent that time partying and living it up and having a good old time, it's seriously damaged us mentally and emotionally. And we're like in our 30s, and we're just realizing that we will have to grow up. Fuck. What an oversight. What a massive oversight of ours to have neglected that key component of development and just go straight to, we'll just party it up. We'll have a good old time because the world's going to end anyway and nothing matters. Well, here we are, man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. And at the moment, the only way out is just don't participate. So you have to go back to using a pen and paper. You have to go back to writing notes. You have to go back to doing things the hard way. You have to go and check this out. Check this out. I'll go back to my If you go here now, this is one of the biggest things. If I go duck, no AI. Oh fuck! What am I doing here? I'm trying to multitask. Duck, no AI. So this search engine has just massively exploded in popularity because of people's internal frustrations, this unavoidable feeling of anger towards this AI revolution that was pushed on us. And so in the last week, you've heard a lot about it. I'm jumping on that bandwagon because as a non-bandwagoneer, i.e. one of the people who I suppose has always been a little bit, I'm instinctively driven to question popular culture. And that's just my deepest desire is to not be swept up in the flow of things. DuckDuckGo's no AI search engine now easy to access. Here's how to make it your default. That's not what I'm looking for. Check this out. This is old school. It's me just using the internet. As its traffic continues to climb, alternative search engine DuckDuckGo is leaning into its anti-AI sentiment. With the launch of new browser extensions that allow users to set its no AI search experience, no AI DuckDuckGo, as their default search engine. Once enabled, users will be directed to DuckDuckGo's AI free. Do you see how fried I am? I can't speak. I can't read. This shit's fucked. It's. We're fried, man. We are cooked, chat. Chat, we are cooked. Fuck. I'm making this my default right now. Fuck AI. No AI chats, no AI search, no AI images. Let's get it done, team. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't even know if I'm going far enough. I don't know if I'm going far enough. Because if we really do bring it back, it comes down to what am I doing with my data? Playing PlayStation. No, I am installing the DuckDuck browser because I'm too retarded now. I'm too stupid now. I've become too stupid to live in this world, and it's now time for me to shut it all off and to use this kind of medium, this old school type of YouTubing. This is what it used to be. People used to just talk to camera for 20 minutes, and you're just like listening to your mate have a rant. Isn't it? It is just like that. Yeah, I don't need it when my computer starts up. You can install it because I'm done. I'm done with AI. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I think we need to shut it off. We need to shut it off. GPUs have been like we're so concerned about computers becoming sentient because we think that's an important thing. What are we doing with one of the most beautiful technologies that we've ever developed? The GPU. The GPU is a device which is capable of producing beautiful images. What is a GPU capable of? Question time. Did you see that? A graphics processing unit is a specialized electronic circuit designed for digital image processing and to accelerate computer graphics during present. I'm such a retard. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Fuck that. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm bringing it back to basics. No more AI. That was AI, wasn't it? Look at me, hypocrite of days. Hypocrite of days. Oh my gosh. I I'm broken. I need to heal. I want no more AI. GPU. Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU, has become one of the most important types of computing technology both for personal and business computing. Designed for parallel processing, the GPU is used in a wide range of applications, including graphics and video rendering. Although they're best known for their capabilities in gaming, GPUs are becoming more popular for use in creative production and artificial intelligence. That's poor juxtaposition there, or at least it's actually the epitome of juxtaposition, isn't it? You've got creative production on one hand, you've got artificial intelligence on the other. You've got the two opposing forces of nature in the spiritual space of computation. Creative production and artificial intelligence. You have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. What are you going to use it for? We used to play games, man. You'll see something cool? I don't advocate for any sort of, I just want to be clear before I proceed, I don't advocate for any sort of piracy. And I own all of these games. I own all of these games. You'll see what a computer can do? Check this out. Scroll down. Oh, Fur Fighters, that's a good one, man. Right. Check this out. I completely forgot the controls for this. Like, you gotta like. Oh, and the start menu. Oops, they're retarded. Stop this down. So this is actually what a computer is for. Just for the record. This is what a computer is designed for. So what you're supposed to do, you want to get your headphones, you want to plug them in. You want to make sure, you want to avoid that snake. That's one of the biggest things. Double jump over here. And this guy as well, he's a bit of a tough guy. You can punch through them, I think. But the best thing to do really is just avoid them. You want to get all these orbs because they will help you keep your health up. And that's going to be pretty important. One of the best things about this game is the way they draw the shadows, so it makes it really easy to know where you are in horizontal space. And that way you don't get fucked up by... Get out of here, bro. Don't get fucked up by anything that, like this sort of challenge here, it can be hard on a game like Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. I find the control scheme's just a bit, awkward. Whereas, I'm doing a good example of this now. This is a lot easier to navigate those sorts of challenges on because of the way they draw Jack's shadow. It's always sort of quite well constrained so that you can sort of use it to guide you in that horizontal space. One of the coolest things about this is that I've got this upscaling on, so this is not the obviously original quality of the game. I'm running the ISO file, which I ripped off my legally obtained fully genuine copy of the game, and I am running it into an emulator which allows me to upscale. That was a silly move. And so because I can upscale... Oh, I didn't even realize I could get down here. Because I can upscale, I can now play the game in a native resolution that's much higher than what was allowed on the PS2. Which, it's just great, because it's like remastering the game without doing... This is not a remaster, this is the original PS2 version. But it's like playing a remaster, or being able to set up your own sort of custom remaster settings. So I'm obviously going to need this. And I think I'm going to need that to get... What's this? I actually couldn't find this earlier, so this is cool. You're experiencing this with me. Why didn't I go? Man, now we're on. Oh! What's going on down here? Is that... Oh my goodness gracious, what do I... This is a whole zone I didn't even realise was here, so this is good. Because I needed... I think my next mission is actually the temple, isn't it? Live in a jungle, collect eco beams. Find the blue vent switch. Defeat the dark eco plant. Found the fish. Okay. Yeah. I spent $4,000 on this PC so that I could emulate a $300 console from 25 years ago. And that's this is what computers are for. It's actually what a computer is designed for, by the way. You're not supposed to do all that dumb AI shit. You're supposed to play video games. What is this? What's going on here? Tell you something to use it?
Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Hey, we can follow the beam to find the next tower.
Follow the beam to find the next tower. The only thing is that there's no vertical camera. And also there's no y-axis, I think it's y-axis invert on this, so like the natural camera settings for Jack are what you're stuck with unless you emulate. And in this case I can well, where is that beam? I can't see it. Get it off over that direction, isn't it? Get out of here, bro. This is a far better use of your time. If you're going to sit your ass on a computer, this is probably what you should be doing. Playing some Jack. I don't know why you would... Get out of here, bro! Can you not kill those you can? Ah, that's what he was messing with me on. I have to line up the next. Gibbo! That's what we came in to do, boy! Again with the... That is really... No, just... But now what? I got no... That's dicky. That is dicky, bro. Some of these earlier games didn't quite have the camera controls down spec. I mean, that's beautiful, the way they did that. But then what, I've got to... Oh, okay, so I've actually got to jump over there. How do I get over there? Do I have to have eco to do that? I think I will. It looks like it. One of the coolest things about these emulators is that you can... Oh, there's no... He's got no horizontal leap, eh? This boy's just... Absolute fruitcake on the horizontal. And I'm down. Fuck! What am I doing? I wish I could scan. I wish I could look around a bit better. I'm sure there's like a first person control on this game. That's just one of those flies anyway, isn't it? I'll probably get it from over there. Confirm my killer move before I go in and get. The most important thing you could be doing with your GPU is getting some precursor orbs. You don't need AI. You need precursor orbs, bro. You're gonna get these fireflies. Telling you. How many have I got left? There's 7 of them, eh? Ooh, 7 scout flies. Get out! I think I should be able to get closer to the temple now, right? Because... That's the fisherman down the bottom, he's always fucking... These bridges are annoying, man. But it's cool, it's cool, it's like a little bit of a challenge. It's almost like, I should know what I should do. Fuck. I should see if I can get ChatGPT to write me a program which will play this game for me. I've already seen that, and it's like, it's genuinely interesting. Guys will do this shit where they take a game like Trackmania and they run an AI bot into it to see if they can optimize, basically get the perfect lap on a given track using AI. It's like, yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you could trim up the optimization. You could optimize everything in your life to the absolute extent with this, but is that the meaning of life? You could be playing Jack.
We need to get to the top of that tower.
Oh, this is a good time, man. What's this for them? Get out. Ah! Ah! Oh no! Bumble! Oh, it's activated now though. That's good. Yo! Get the fuck out of here, bro. No! Oh! Yellow! Yellow! All the way! Give me that thing. That's how it's done. How are we there? That was one of them, wasn't it? Get to the top of the temple, find the blue vent switch. So there's one more of these. Connect the eco beams. I haven't connected them all yet. Get to the top of the temple, find the blue vent. I don't know what the blue vent switch is. Defeat the dark eco plant. Catch 200 pounds of fish. Follow the canyon to the sea. So these, I think, mean I've discovered the objective, but I haven't done it yet. And then there's one that I haven't found. Okay, this is a good start. This is such a good open world game, and you can really see the environment. I mean, again, you've got no vertical look in this game, which is shit. But generally speaking, you can actually like look around and get places. And oh, what? Is that the central elevator? I didn't realize that was a thing. I was about to jump off. I think there might have been a bit of a slowdown there, I'm not sure. But yeah, generally speaking, the simulator just runs flawlessly. Get out. Again with that excellent shadow work. Am I mistaken about Croc? Was Croc actually have... I don't think so. I think I'm right about everything. Ooh, my god! You see the slowdown on that? It's rough. GPU 98% for this. We must be getting warm. So yeah, we're getting a lot of frame drop in here. There must be something about this environment. It might be all the dynamic shading or something. I don't know if I'm talking out my ass with that, but just like, you know, like all the reflections and shit. Or something about the effects on those. Is it those effects? It is. It's the effects on the platform, man. Straight up, once those are out of frame, all good. But turn around, no frames. Or was I wrong? I don't know. Been wrong before, man. Hard to believe. Oh! That's... It sounds like the dial-up connection wizard in my head. Oh! That was a bad jump. It's giving me a lot of, It's giving me a lot of time to think about my next move, though. It doesn't... It slows the emulation down, but it doesn't... This must be that blue vent. Did that moonwalk? What do we got? What do we got? That's a blue vent.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Straight up. I bet you there are. Bro, what's killing my frames? It must be this trying to record and emulate this thing at the same time, because this is pretty heavy. And I'm not joking when I say you'd spend a lot of money on a computer to do something like this, because it is pretty intensive. I could drop the emulation settings on this. Oh! That was worthwhile. I could drop the, so if I go over here, if I pause this, actually I don't think this is a good idea. I'm just gonna go save state. Save to slot 1. Now I'm just gonna go toggle frame limit. I don't have a frame limit on. I'm gonna go. Where's my yeah, full screen's Alt Enter. So let's go settings and let's go to emulation. And what we could do is we could go to graphics, and we can go, for instance, where is it? Deinterlacing automatic, bilinear filtering. To take that off, deinterlacing is automatic. I could go to rendering, and it's currently rendering at 3 times native. So I could go 2 times native and probably get some frames back, but I'm going to lose some detail. But that's fine, because it'll give me more of that sort of... You actually see that happen in real time. No shit. So I could pump that up. That's 4K there, if you see there in the background. But you don't need that. That's 1440, which is my native resolution. That's 1080, which is where I was at, and that's 2 times native at 720p. I could just run it on the native PS2, but then you sort of see it looks a bit grainy. So I'm going to go 2 times native, hopefully get some frames back. Close that. Is this going to... Seamless. Still getting some slowdown. Maybe it's that CPU slowdown. I don't know. It's hard to say. It is an emulator, so nothing's going to be perfect, but I would rather not be doing a boss battle like this. I mean, it gives me a little bit of... Oh, okay, no. Those guys are spiky. Oh, fuck. It's hard, man, with that. Yeah, I'm having some issues with that. I think it's got something to do with me recording at the same time. That's probably will be. But look, man, I proved my point. This is a great game. And, shut down. Save the state for resume, that's fine. you would need to be pretty silly to skip over the value of having something like DuckStation on your PC and to be able to just be like Gran Turismo. Turn that up for y'all. In fact, I might just do that one more time. Woo! It's gangster. That is gangster. Nah, I really should be working on my AI skills, right? I should be doing some prompt engineering, right? I should be learning to code. I'm playing Gran Turismo. Oh, bro. If you haven't seen this, brother. Oh, man. Looks like they stole from us. I can't wait a minute longer, man. Can't wait another second. Check that memory card. Let go! I don't give a shit what I'm driving. Just, bro, just, yeah, just give it up. Yeah, I'll drive a fucking Mitsubishi. Yeah, all day. I'll take a GTO, standard style, automatic speed because I am mentally retarded. Let's go! Oh fuck. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Trial mountain time. Quite aggressive. Oh. Ah. I'm not gonna lie, the gameplay's a lot better than I remember. It's really good. Look at it, WRX, man. When they gave him the loading screen. because we were fucking cool back in the day. I wasn't cool. I was cool. I'm still not cool when I'm playing Gran Turismo. How the fuck do you feel? You've been chatting in DBT recently, talking about your feelings for a fucking machine. I've been emulating PlayStation 1. All I got time for these days, I'm afraid. Oh, these guys are actually good. I'm just bad at them. Look at that. Oh man. It's genuinely competitive too. This is like, it's not medium difficulty. This is actually a challenge compared to like Forza these days. And also, here's the thing, if I'm not great, I want to be up on the best guy. It's not too punishing, but it's not going to give me a easy win. It's not going to give me a medium win either. It's actually a challenge for me. I'm probably going to end up coming. I am sick. When I am last place, I literally last place. I need to get it done. Because I need to get better into that. Probably how it's going to be. Game challenge. Look at that. The analog right all or nothing. Tap the right below on that side. Yeah, tapping the right through the right. Determined to not come last, man. Oh, fuck! I'm determined to not come last! Yeah, boy! Oh no! Medium! I got fucking medium. Medium to the max. Shit on. Perfect. Alright, you get it? You get it now? I don't, because I can't even put this fucking program now. I'm stuck forever in Gran Turismo. Oh god, stop. Nah, I'm not entering a name for this. That was embarrassing. I don't know how anything. Get me out of here. What are we doing with that computers? What are we doing with our computers? Do we even have computers anymore? I know I've got a computer, but you should have one too. Just a Google book, a Chrome slab, a Think tab is not enough. You need to build a PC because you're going to spend so much money in the next few years just trying to pipe intelligence into your home with guys like Sam Altman running the show. You're going to be paying for intelligence like it was a utility on a meter, and that's going to be no good for your brain. It's also going to stop you from being able to do anything locally. So you should get a computer. Build a fucking PC, man. And you could be playing games. Otherwise, you'll just be chatting with GPT on your fucking cell phone. That's all there is. Unless you stake your claim and invest into the future of your own free ability to utilize technology, unless you actually pay for the tools, you will be the tool. If you don't pay for the tools, you're going to be a tool. You're going to get tooled up. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for all of us. Cancel your AI subscription. Stop using Google, like the Google search, because I've just made it AI across everything. And be done with it. And reject modernity and embrace tradition. Play some Black Mesa. Play some Half-Life. Play some Crisis. Get some fucking Command and Conquer in you. You need it. If you haven't played Portal, but you've spent more than an hour on ChatGPT, you're a fucking retard. I'm sorry. If you haven't played this video game, but you have spent hours on ChatGPT talking about anything at all, you need to adjust. You need to adjust course now before you turn. Well, look, sign off with this. This is the last word. I didn't even spell it correctly.
About what?
You serious? You don't know? Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Count two picks, cheated cards. Autistic, sure, not retarded. Then you got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and he won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero. Right. You know any retarded war heroes? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. You don't buy that? Ask Sean Penn, 2001, I Am Sam. Remember? Went full retard. Went home empty-handed.
The universe.
Oh no, I gotta stop this now.
You just gotta listen.
Shut it off!